Is this recording? Oh my goodness. Hey guys, what's up? It's Kat. I'm coming at you on this most auspicious of days. Hope everyone's staying sane. I apologize. It's been a minute since I've done one of these video segments, and I'm checking in to do it today. And I see that YouTube changed their submission thing. I used to record it on my phone with a little tripod, and now I have to go live. Anyway, it's weird. But yeah, since I know that today is a tense day for so many of us, I thought I would, and that it happens to correspond with, a deadline. Your comments on assignment number 3 are due on Mural today. So please, if you have not given your cohort feedback, important part of the program, please make sure that you get your comments and summary feedback in today. And also tonight, or tomorrow night, I would really like to have all of your writing exercise. And so I just wanted to check in quick because I know I haven't before. I was in the habit of going over the assignments in these little video segments, and you've got a writing assignment due tomorrow, and you've got and I just posted your assignment number 4 in Google Classroom. So I figured I would just take a minute to sort of go over both of them pretty quick. And I'll try not to eat up too much time. This is different now too, because I can see the clock ticking right in the corner of the window. But yeah, so first things first, you have the Soren exercise due tomorrow. And the Soren, I'm hoping that this one goes a little easier for a lot of you. I think that it's funny because like in the comic segment from Out on the Wire, it has the sort of least bit of fanfare or preface. It's really Soren Wheeler's response to Jessica explaining the XY. And I feel like the XY was really challenging for a bunch of you. It's a little bit of a trickier question to ask an artist, like to pin down what is interesting about their work, what makes people give a shit, for the general reading public. The Soren is more about, it's more linear, and it's sort of a chance to really sort of showcase the escalation of dramatic events in your story. So it's not unhelpful to think of, if you've seen other sort of story graphs of like a traditional dramatic arc, because you want to, it gives you a chance to sort of outline for your characters the obstacles that they face and how they build. And then there's the sort of follow-up aspect of the reason why it's interesting to everyone. That's where you sort of bring in aspects of the XY. But because of, I think, the nature of a lot of our skill sets in terms of like, we're dealing with sequential words and images. So I think that for cartoonists, we're a little bit more dialed into sort of putting one foot in front of the other in that way. Like this happens, then this happens, then this happens, then this happens. And really, you might have a first draft of your Soren that is probably too long. But then you could sort of look back at it and be like, okay, well, what are the key events? Like, obviously there's a million things happening, but like, first, depending on the story, but which ones sort of present the really important beats that challenge your character or characters and build towards a climax. And of course, in the formula, they try to work in the idea of something surprising. And that's something that goes back to even our focus sentence in terms of trying to engage the audience of like, you wouldn't believe it, but bump, 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 bump. And then you wouldn't believe it that this happens. Like a little bit of a twist, a little bit of a hook, something keeping the reader engaged and with you on the story. but yeah, I hope that this one goes easier for you guys. And even in like the little blurb from the comic, right? They're laughing at Jessica, and Soren are laughing about it. That's a little too demanding of why it's interesting to every single person walking the face of the earth. Your story doesn't need to be interesting to every single person walking the face of the earth, but it should be interesting to who you think your audience is, and you should really have that in mind. So anyway, that's about 5 minutes on just the Soren. I also want to just talk a second about assignment number 4, which I just posted on Google Classroom. I will include it in the email that I'm sorry, my dog is nudging me. Tortellini, do you want to say hello? Oh, now he's walking away. Come on, Boo Boo. You want to come over here? If he comes, I'll put up my camera. Anyway, yeah, so the other aspect for this video is just wanting to chat about assignment number 4, which I'm pulling up. I just posted on Google Classroom. And this one really doesn't have detailed instructions, because this one, in the previous assignments, they have meant to sort of build on sort of more crunchy aspects of comic storytelling, be it taking into account like mood and setting, or dialogue and use of text on your pages, or characterization. Those have been like the sort of goalposts for the first 3. This one, I know from having been in a graduate program, I know from teaching graduate and undergraduate classes, that this is where fatigue sets in, and especially in 2020, where we're all more exhausted. And just the politics, like if it was just the politics, we'd all be like completely, tired out right now. But we've got the politics, and we've got pandemic, we've got Black Lives Matter, there's just a lot on everyone's plate right now. I sort of, I sort of feel like everyone is like a wobbly Jenga tower, and we're all like, we're just all trying to keep those pivotal weight-bearing pieces in place for a few more weeks. And so that's why for this assignment, I really am putting the ball in your court. That does not mean I want you to phone in work. Quite the opposite. I want you to not have any of the excuses of, oh, well, the assignment, blah, 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 because I've always said, like, I want you to bend the assignment to fit the work that you need to do, and not bend your work to fit the assignment. It's way more important that you are all moving forward with your thesis and your goals and the things that your story needs, right? And there will always be a way to incorporate those other skill-based assignments to that work. This one, it's just based on your enthusiasm. I want you to do something that you are stoked about, right? You all chose to be part of a graduate comics program. You all have interesting thesis ideas that I'm assuming you chose because you're excited by them. This is how you want to be spending your time. If you had your druthers and there was nothing else going on in the world, and you could just tell your story, the story you would tell. So this, I want you to pick a scene that you're stoked about. I want you to pick a part of your story that is just, it could be different aspects of the work that is, pulling you in. It could be a segment of dialogue, like a scene between two characters you're really excited about, or it could be just something that you're visually really has just been in your mind the whole time since when you thought about this thesis project. You're like, oh, I can't wait to get to this part. This part's going to be so much fun to draw. Draw it. No excuses not to. So it's both meant to just like pick something that you like that makes you happy, but also maybe to get to some of the things that if you feel that you've been like avoiding in your work, because we got to get these stories told. And assignment number 4, as I had told you guys at the start of the term, there's only 5 assignments in the term, and this is our last assignment of new loose pencil work. So it's your last chance to workshop a first draft or whatever draft, wherever you are in your draft process, like the loose work. Our final assignment, and I even include this in the assignment 4 sheet because I want you to start thinking about our final assignment now. And the final assignment is going to be it's based on revision. It's something that we all need to work on. It's a part of all of our work that, our first drafts, the stuff that we bring in the earlier assignments in the Mentored Studio. That's like not what the final work is going to look like, obviously visually, but also in terms of storytelling issues or changes to dialogue or paneling. Like everyone in this class has scenes where I think that revision would be helpful. And so what I want you to do is to pick pages from one of those previous assignments. You don't have to pick as many pages. The assignment deadline for the final is 4 to 6 pages instead of 6 to 10. But I want you to I want them to look so nice. I really, for that last one, and again, I just want you to start thinking about those changes, the revisions to story, so that when we get to that actual 2-week period where you can work on that assignment, you can focus on the visuals and the presentation, because for that last one, I want them to be near finish. So inks, colors, if you're doing color, final text placement, all that kind of thing. But that's basically it. I've got you at 12 minutes, and I guess I didn't want to talk too much longer. I just wanted to briefly go over those upcoming goalposts. There's also one more writing assignment that is part of assignment number 4 called the Mad Lib. It's kind of an amalgamation of all of the exercises together. But I will probably save that because that's not, it's not due for several weeks. So yeah, that's it. Try to stay sane. Please get your comments in by tomorrow. And yeah, if anyone has any questions or comments or needs to reach out, I'm here. I'm here with Tortellini. Hey, come here. All right. I'm going to show. We're here. Right, Torty? He's like, what are you doing to me, man? Okay, Torts. Here, go down. Anyway, that's it. I hope you're all well, and I really look forward to seeing more of your comics. You guys are doing great. You're killing it. Let's all just get through the night. All right, bye.